fear is very real for Americans who are now out of work. Urgent message to stay home appears to finally
normal life has come to a screeching halt.
By protesters, we saw a number.
Today joined a growing list of tech giants scaling back, adding to the tens of thousands of workers in the industry who find themselves unemployed.
After years of high inflation, it's become harder to make ends meet.
To pay my bills, I need to get a second job.
It says that theft and organized retail crime is becoming a major problem at its more than 2,000 stores nationwide.
Empty shelves Americans are finding at the grocery store.
Worried customers have been snapping up everything in sight. Store shelves nationwide are dwindling or totally empty.
If the end of the world was upon us, would you be ready? People all over America are stocking extensive amounts of food, expecting that at any moment a devastating disaster will strike.
In uncertain times, food is one of the most important commodities there is. We learned that recently when a pandemic practically shut the entire world down, where for the first time, many felt the panic of supermarkets limiting food items or simply running out of food, unable to feed their families. With the latest attempt on a politician, current conflicts still raging, a potential war looming, and ever-increasing natural disasters due to climate change, it's crucial to be prepared. These events can disrupt supply chains and make it difficult to access fresh food. Remember the panic of empty shelves? The sight of barren aisles and frantic shoppers is a stark reminder of how quickly things can change. In moments of crisis, supermarkets can be stripped bare in a matter of hours, leaving many without essential supplies. Don't let history repeat itself. By planning ahead and stocking up on non-perishable foods that never expires, you will be prepared when a major crisis occurs. Create a comprehensive emergency survival food plan that will keep your family well-fed and safe, no matter what the future holds. When I say never expire, it doesn't mean it will last for a century, but if stored properly, it can last a long time. Before we get started on this survival food list, we only ask you to take a few seconds of your time to hit the like button, as it really helps our channel to grow and for you to get more videos like this. Subscribe if you haven't already and share this video with someone you care about, whether on social media or through text, so they can be aware of and ready when the time comes. Coming in first on this list is canned foods, a heavyweight when it comes to survival food. The USDA states on their website that canned foods can last indefinitely and are safe to eat as long as the can is in good shape. If the can contains any dents, dings, rust, and swelling, that means that the protective lining may be compromised. The interior lining in a can is meant to prevent the metal from directly touching the food, so if the can displays any of these damage, that means that the food content inside the can most likely been affected by bacteria which grows and releases gases that causes the can to bulge. The Canned Food Alliance also approves referring to a 100-year-old canned food that was recovered from a sunken ship and was tested microbiologically safe to consume according to this article by Today.com. Now while canned food may not taste like a gourmet meal, it may just save your life in the event of a worldwide emergency. Coming in second is canned meats. Now while it may seem like I am double dipping with the canned foods, let me explain why canned meats is such a key survival food and a category of its own. First, canned meat is an excellent source of protein, which according to the healthclevelandclinic.org can keep you satisfied for a longer period of time, as it takes longer to digest than other nutrients. This is important when it comes to survival scenarios in which there may be shortages in food. One of the reasons why canned meats can last indefinitely involves the canning process in which the meats are sealed in an airtight container without oxygen under high temperature conditions, effectively eliminating bacteria that can cause the food to spoil. Good examples of canned meats to stockpile on would be canned meats such as beef, pork and chicken, spam, and canned fish, which are also high in protein such as tuna, salmon, and sardines, and can also last indefinitely if the can is undamaged and stored in a cool, dark pantry. Then we have white rice for number 3. White long grain rice is a versatile and affordable staple that can be used in countless dishes, or you can also serve it with canned meats we mentioned earlier. The key to storing white rice properly, according to this article by the userist.com, is to keep the rice in a cool, dry place, and if the rice is already opened, stock in a tightly closed container that will keep out moisture, dust, and other potential contaminants. Personally, we have a container that we use to store our rice that we keep in our pantry. You can get it on Amazon if you are interested. Link will be on the screen and in the description. When stored properly in a cool, dry place, it can last for decades without losing its nutritional value or flavor. Keep in mind that not all rice is meant to last indefinitely. Brown rice contains oil content in the attached bran, so it is subject to oxidation with a shelf life of 6 months. White rice is a staple that can endure multiple decades. It is a great source of energy, and can be paired with a variety of other foods to create balanced meals. Its long shelf life and ease of preparation make it a must-have for any emergency food supply. For number 4, we have dried beans. These must not be overlooked as survival foods and should be stocked as part of the survival pantry in the event of an emergency. Combining well with other foods already on this list, such as rice and canned meats, you can whip up a highly nutritious meal even during the worst of times. Dried beans are an excellent source of protein, fiber, and essential nutrients that are extremely important for a well-balanced diet during times of crisis. Dried beans should be stored in airtight containers free of air and moisture, and in a cool, dry place to prevent mold and other kinds of infestation. When done properly, they can be stored for years without spoiling, making them a reliable and nutritious option for long-term food storage. Number 5 on the list, we have Hardtack, a classic survival food which is a long-lasting biscuit made from flour, water, and salt. Sailors and soldiers have used it for centuries as a reliable source of sustenance, especially during extreme conditions such as long voyages and during times of war. During the American Civil War, hardtack served as one of the main foods of a soldier's ration due to its longevity and ability to not spoil under harsh conditions. Hardtack is made by using flour and water, which is merged to form a hard dough. Salt is then added for flavor and to serve as a preservative. When prepared and stored properly, hardtack can last up to 25 years according to TexasRealFood.com. This is mainly due to hardtack containing very little moisture content and the lack of perishable ingredients. When the time comes, you'll be happy to have hardtack as part of your survival food arsenal. Number 6. Dry pasta. Eating pasta during normal times is already a treat, but can you imagine eating delicious pasta during challenging times? Pasta is one of those foods that should be added to everyone's survival food pantry. If stored properly in airtight containers and mylar bags with oxygen absorbers like these on Amazon, click on the link if you are interested, and kept in a cool and dry place, pasta can last for decades. The key is to keep the pasta dry and free of moisture and insect infestation that might compromise the quality. Dried pasta has a low moisture content according to some sources as little as 12%, and since mold and bacteria need water to thrive, this is one of the reasons why dried pasta can resist spoilage and last a long time. Another reason pasta makes a good survival food is that it is packed with carbohydrates, which provides higher energy levels and can keep you fuller for longer during emergency situations. It is also cheap, maybe not that cheap with inflation, but still cheap enough to stockpile on without spending too much money. Coming in at number 7 is honey, a delicious natural sweetener that can be used in a variety of recipes. It can help boost your immune system, assist with fighting infections, act as a cough suppressant, and even go as far as healing certain wounds according to this article by Healthline. Honey contains antibacterial properties and a unique pH balance that raises oxygen and healing compounds when applied to a wound. Honey has been found in ancient tombs, still perfectly edible after thousands of years. Its unique composition prevents bacteria and mold from growing, ensuring that it remains safe to eat indefinitely. Its long shelf life if stored properly, and its health benefits makes it an ideal addition to any emergency food supply. At number 8, last but certainly not least, is dry potato flakes. A great addition to your survival food palette, it complements other foods already on this list, and can be used to create well-balanced meals even during the worst of times. Dry potato flakes can last up to 25 years if stored properly. Now, in order to do this, according to this article by wallabiegoods.com, is to avoid buying the ones that come with flavor enhancers or any extra additives. Store in airtight mylar bags as mentioned earlier, link to Amazon is available in the description, and keep it in a cool, dark, dry place. Best examples are a pantry, basement, or attic that is insulated. In addition to the long shelf life, dry potato flakes also include various nutrients such as potassium, fiber, and vitamin C. When the time comes, you sure would be happy you had stored these potato flakes. That sums up our top 8 survival foods that never expire. We encourage you to check the links in the description as they are supplies that are mentioned in the video that are useful during emergencies. Your family's future depends on it. By taking the time to stock up on these long-lasting foods, you can ensure that your family is prepared for any situation. Stay prepared, stay safe, and give yourself the peace of mind that comes with knowing you have a reliable food supply. Until then, stay informed and Genius Tomato out.